So I used to be 230 pounds. I'm about 168.4 now. I've got about 25 pounds left to go. It is slow going. I'm 56 years old and I'm the healthiest and strongest I've ever been. Why am I telling you this? Well, we're living in a MAGA-verse. And so when you're living in a MAGA-verse, you need to think of your life differently. And that means healthcare. That means how you take care of yourself, how you look at your finances. Everything has to change and shift if you want to survive. And one of the things that I already knew, even before we got into this shit show, was that there's just not a scenario where any Republican ever gives a shit about healthcare. The Democrats have been trying to provide a nonprofit system. People want to call it a socialist system or whatever, but it's really not. It's really more of a nonprofit. And before the 1970s, we had a very strong, robust nonprofit healthcare system. I actually just ended up going to a for-profit. So here's what we know for sure. Republicans make money off of incarcerating and keeping Americans sick. Those are two major things that they make money off of us. And they also save money by removing things like protections like EPA and other, the consumer protection agencies. And those are other things that they can save money on by not putting in systems that actually, keep corporations from harming us. These are a few scenarios that we have to think about moving forward because, listen, we are not going back anytime in the near future. And we're going to see a massive shift in our country. So if you're extremely overweight like I was, it can be very overwhelming to think about how to start. I will tell you, I did one or two things differently. One is I went to bed early. Now everybody has a different sleep schedule, so I'm only going to share my schedule and how I did it. And for me, I went to bed at 8:30. I was staying up late and nothing for me was good after 8:30. I would eat more, I would drink more, I would watch more TV. Nothing benefited me. So I just was focused on going to bed early. If I could do that one thing, then I would wake up earlier. And if I woke up earlier, then I would have time in the morning to work out. So the first thing I started to do was in 2017 was just a couple of 1 or 2 pound weights and sit and watch Golden Girls, the Golden Girls. I would do like this side to side step for 10 minutes. That's all I did for 10 minutes. And I did that every day for a few weeks until I could do, 15 minutes and then 20 minutes. So that's just the first things I did. I just to move in the morning. And then I wanted to change my eating habits. And I'm mostly vegan, so I don't eat any meat or dairy. And I would seriously suggest thinking about reducing the amount of meat that you eat in your diet, only because meat's not great for you, but also because they are just cutting back on the federal inspections on all types of food safety and health safety regulations. I would seriously try and stay away from as much processed food or meats or any of that stuff done in factories. You're also looking at a massive labor shortage. So anyway, I would really focus on whole foods, healthy foods. Wash your fruits and vegetables. Very, very good. Try to stay as organic as possible. Try to grow things. I just started a garden. Now, I know I don't live in a city, but they do have city growing contraptions. Just Google city gardens or balcony gardens or things like that, window gardens. You can see all sorts of things like that. I used to live in a city. We had a community garden. So that's the first thing I would do is try to get healthy. Now, a lot of people are kind of assholes and they're like, somebody lives a healthy life, has discipline, and then they get hit by a bus. And they're like, see, what's the point? It doesn't matter how you die, it's how you live. That's what I always say. It doesn't matter if you get hit by a bus. And, sometimes people are just predispositioned to cancer and things like that. And no matter how healthy they are, they end up getting a disease. But when you're healthy, you can fight it better. So it's not just about losing weight, but it's about balance. It's about getting your muscles back. It's about working out your hands and feet, which is something we don't do. We sit a lot. So thinking about making sure your hands are strong. You never know when you're going to need to grab somebody to save them or hoist yourself up or get out of a car accident. You just never know. Life is very weird. It's unpredictable. And the healthier you are, the stronger you are, the better chances you have of surviving, various things. If a storm comes and you need to grab a bunch of stuff and flee. I mean, if you got to outrun a zombie apocalypse, everybody knows it's not about outrunning the zombies. It's about outrunning your neighbor. Right? So be prepared for anything. And you could start with just one thing, going to bed early, getting up early, and giving yourself some time to work out in the morning. And then once you start doing that and that kind of becomes comfortable for you, then just work on your diet. But really, anything that you can do to strengthen your body and eat healthy and lose weight is going to be a benefit, because the Republicans are not going to change healthcare anytime soon for the better, only for the worst. It's only going to get more dire. So anyway, good luck with that. Bye.